Hare Ram, Hare Ram. Hare Ram, Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Raju Prabhu, Sandhya Matari, Lalit Mohan Prabhu, Samyukta Matari, Lavanya Dandavat Pranam, all glory to Srila Prabhupada and Gurudev. Is my audio clear?
Yes, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, Dandavat Pranam. Now
Welcome to Hyderabad, Prabhuji.
Hyderabad, మా ఇంట్లో నుంచి చేస్తున్నాం అట్లా ఇక్కడ నుంచి. Thank you so much.
Yes, Prabhuji.
We'll continue. Proof
వెనకాల కబోర్డ్ కి ఏ స్టిక్కర్ లే కనబడట్లేదు ఇప్పుడు.
Sticker la.
So
that you will feel that he's in Hyderabad. Okay, let me show you that sticker, bro.
Yeah. Yes, that's confirmed. You came back.
ప్రత్యక్ష ఉదాహరణతో చూపిస్తాను. పక్కన బ్యాక్గ్రౌండ్ సెట్టింగ్స్.
Because we are getting the feeling that you're still there.
ఎక్కడున్నా ఈ స్క్రీన్ అమెరికాలో కూడా ఉండొచ్చు కదా. అది చూస్తున్నా. దీన్ని సెట్ చేయడం ఎంతసేపు. ఒక్క నిమిషం. గురువారాది ప్రభుపాద పిక్చర్ ఉండే బ్యాక్ అండ్ మన ఈ రూమ్ లో. సో దట్ ప్రభు విల్ బి హ్యాపీ. చూడండి. ఓకే ప్రభు.
Jai. Thank you so much. Yes.
ఇది ఈ పిక్చర్ పెట్టుకున్నాం. గురువారాది శ్రీల ప్రభుపాది పంచతత్వ లగ్నాభిష్ పంచతత్వ రాధాకృష్ణ వెంకటేశ్వర స్వామి. ఇది మా చిన్న పెద్దమ్మ రాసుకుంది టైం టేబుల్. ఈ రూమ్ లో చదువుకున్నాం. విల్ కంటిన్యూ. ఓం నమో భగవతే వాసుదేవాయ. ఓం నమో భగవతే వాసుదేవాయ. ఓం నమో భగవతే వాసుదేవాయ. ఓం అజ్ఞానతిమిరంధస్య జ్ఞానాంజనశలాకయా చక్షురున్మిలితం యేన తస్మై శ్రీ గురవే నమః. నమో విష్ణుపాదాయ కృష్ణప్రష్టాయ భూతలే శ్రీమతే భక్తి వేదాంత స్వామి నామే నమస్తే సారస్వతే గౌరవాణి విచారణ విశేష శూన్యవాది పాశ్చాత్య దేశధారిణి శ్రీకృష్ణ చైతన్య ప్రభు నిత్యానంద శ్రీ అద్వైత గదాధార శ్రీవాసారి గౌర భక్త వృంద. హరే కృష్ణ 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 హరే హరే, హరే రామ 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 హరే హరే. ముఖం కరోతి వాచారం పంగుమలం కృపాతమహంలో శ్రీగురుం దినతారిణం పరమానంద మాధవం శ్రీచైతన్యేశ్వరం. ఓం అపవిత్రా పవిత్రో వా సర్వావస్థం వదోతి వా యస్మరేత్ పుండరీకాక్షం సాభ్యాభ్యంతరం శుచి. శ్రీ విష్ణు శ్రీ విష్ణు శ్రీ విష్ణు. We'll do. See, we are reading Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. Let us do that prayer. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda. Please repeat after me.
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda.
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda.
Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda.
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
సంధ్యమాత మీరు ఏంటి దాని తర్వాత 2 times హరే కృష్ణ మంత్ర.
Yes, Prabhu. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda.
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda.
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram, Hare
Ram,
Hare.
Hare
Hare
Ram.
Hare.
Very
Thank you, Prabhu.
good. Thank you very much, Mataji. Yeah. Where are we now? I think yesterday Mataji ఏదో పెట్టింది కదా దీంట్లో ఎక్కడనో వేరే is that 194 194 అయినా I have seen in the weather reading లో 194 నుంచి చదువుదామని పెట్టింది మాతాజీ అదే కదా
She posted in the group. Yeah.
ప్రభుజీ
She posted in the group, Prabhuji, Mataji.
అదే 194
Yeah.
నా వాయిస్ అంత క్లియర్ ఉందా అది చెప్పండి ఫస్ట్ ప్రభుజీ
Yes, Prabhuji, clear ఉంది.
ప్రభుజీ కొంచెం నాకైతే ఫీబుల్ అనిపిస్తుంది, అంటే లైక్ మధ్య మధ్యలో స్ట్రక్ అనిపిస్తుంది ప్రభుజీ.
మధ్య మధ్యలో ఫీబుల్ ఉందా ఓకే ఓకే అది లివింగ్ రూమ్ లో ముందు రూమ్ లో ఉన్నది అది ఇంటర్నెట్ మోడమ్ I'll sit in the room Mataji continue just hold on one more minute. Yeah, we'll start now. Thank you so much for waiting. So we are at 194. Okay, let me share screen. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki jai. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita written by whom? Sri Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. Sri Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami ki jai. 194. Samyukta Mataji, please read.
Yes, Prabhuji. पहिले ही राग नयना भांगे भेला अनुदीन बाधला अवधि न घेला नासो रमना ना हमार नासो रमना ना हमार मनी दुन्हु मन मनोभाव पेशल जानी ऐस किसे सबा प्रेम काहिनी कानु तामे कहा भी विचुरला जानी नाको न जालुन धूती नाकोन जालुन आन दुन्हु केरी मिलने मध्यता पंचाबाना अपसो ही विरागा तुन्हु भेली धूती सुपुरक प्रेम की ऐचाना रीति. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation: Alice, before we met, there was an initial attachment between us, brought about by an exchange of glances. In this way, attachment evolved. That attachment has gradually grown, and there is no limit to it. Now that attachment has become a natural sequence between ourselves. It is not that it is due to Krishna, the enjoyer, nor is it due to me, for I am the enjoyed. It is not like that. This attachment was made possible by mutual meeting. This mutual exchange of attraction is known as Manobhava or Cupid. Krishna's mind and my mind have merged together. Now, during this time of separation, it is very difficult to explain these loving affairs. My dear friend, though Krishna might have forgotten all these things, you can understand and bring this message to him. But during our first meeting, there was no messenger between us, nor did I request anyone to see him. Indeed, Cupid's 5 arrows were our via media. Now, during this separation, that attraction has increased to another ecstatic state. My dear friend, please act as a messenger on my behalf, because if one is in love with a beautiful person, this is the consequence. Purport: these verses were originally composed and sung by Ramananda Raya himself. Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakura suggests that during the time of conjugal enjoyment, the attachment might be compared to Cupid himself. However, during the period of separation, Cupid becomes a messenger of highly elevated one. This is called Prema Vilasa Vivarta. When there is separation, conjugal enjoyment itself acts like a messenger, and that messenger was addressed by Srimati Radharani as a friend. The essence of this transaction is that transcendental loving affairs are as relishable during separation as during conjugal enjoyment. When Srimati Radharani was fully absorbed in love of Krishna, she mistook a black tamala tree for Krishna and embraced it. Such a mistake is called Prema Vilasa Vivarta. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Mataji. Sandhya Mataji? పెద్దగా ఉంది వాయిస్. Try to hit any of our anchor slokas.
Barahapeedam laga Sudha Prabhu.
Yes, Mataji. Go ahead.
Yes.
राधाय भवतश्च चित्तजातुनि विलाप्य क्रामात् युञ्जानत्रिनिकुञ्ज कुञ्जरपते निर्धूतभेदभ्रमम् चित्राय स्वयम् अन्वराज्ञायात् इह ब्रह्माण्ड हर्मोदरे भूयोभिर्नवरागहिङ्गुल भरै शृङ्गारकार कृति. Sorry, Prabhuji.
No.
Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation: O my Lord, you live in the forest of Govardhana Hill, and like the king of elephants, you are expert in the art of conjugal love. O master of the universe, your heart and Srimati Radharani's heart are just like shellac and are now melted in your spiritual perspiration. Therefore, one can no longer distinguish between you and Srimati Radharani. Now you have mixed your newly invoked affection, which is like vermilion, with your melted hearts, and for the benefit of the whole world, you have painted both your hearts red within this great palace of the universe. Purport: this verse quoted by Ramananda Raya is included in Srila Rupa Goswami's Ujjvala Neelamani Sthai Bhava Prakarana 155.
Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Vani Mataji, please read. Hare Krishna, Vani Mataji, are you there? Ask to unmute. ఇలా అయిపోయింది వస్తుంది 196 प्रभु का है
टेक्स्ट 190 हरे कृष्ण टेक्स्ट 196 प्रभु का है साध्य वस्तु रावदिए हाया तुम्हारा प्रसादे इहा जाने लो निश्चय Translation by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu confirmed these verses recited by Sri Ramananda Raya, saying, "This is the limit of the goal of human life. Only by your mercy, I have come to understand it conclusively."
Hey, welcome. 197.
Text 197. साध्य वस्तु साधन विनो के नाही पाया कृपा करी कहराया पबरा उपाया. Translation. The goal of life cannot be achieved unless one practices the process. No, being merciful upon me, please explain that means by which this goal can be attained.
Good.
Text 198. राया कहे कहो से कहे वानी की कहिया बाला मंडा की जुआ न जाने. Translation. Sri Ramananda Raya replied, "I do not know what I am saying, but you have made me speak what I have spoken. Be it good or bad, I am simply repeating that message."
Jai, thank you. Yeah. Vani Mataji, Hare Krishna, still there? Haribol? Okay. Raju Prabhu, next General Prabhu, and then Raju Prabhu.
त्रिभुवन मध्ये आइचे हाया कौन धीरा ये तो मारा माया नाते आहा ई बेकास्तीरा. Translation. Within these three walls, who is so distributed that he can remain steady.
Undisturbed.
Sorry. Within these three walls, who is so undisturbed that he can remain steady as you manipulate your different energies.
Yeah.
मोरा मुके वक्ता तुमी हा आहो स्त्रोता अत्यंत रहस्य सुना साधनेरा kata. Translation. Actually, you are speaking through my mouth and at the same time you are listening. This is very mysterious. Anyway, kindly hear the explanation of the process by which the goal can be attained. Purport. Srila Sanatana Goswami has advised us to hear Krishna from Vaishnava. He has explicitly forbidden us to hear from an Avaishnava. Avaishnava is Bengala Prabhuji.
From normal sloka. Avaishnava mukokirnam
Utam Harikatamrutam Shravanam Naiva Kartavyam Sarpochistam Yatapayaha. Thus the quoting from the Padma Purana, Srila Sanatana Goswami wants that one should not hear anything about Krishna from an Avaishnava. However, a great mundane scholar he may be. Milk touched by the lips of serpent has poisonous effects. Similarly, talks about Krishna given by a Vaishnava are also poisonous. However, because a Vaishnava is surrendered to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, his talks are spiritually potent. In the Bhagavad Gita 10.10, the Supreme Lord says, Tesam satajayuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam yena mam upayanti te. To those who are constantly devoted to worship me with love, I gave the understanding by which they can come to me. When a pure Vaishnava speaks, he speaks perfectly. How is this? His speech is managed by Krishna himself from within the heart. Sri Ramananda Raya accepts this benediction from Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Therefore, he admits that whatever he was speaking was not derived from his own intelligence. Rather, everything was coming from Srila Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. According to Bhagavad Gita 15.15, Sarvasya chaham drudhi sannivishto matta smritir gnanam apohanam cha vedesha sarver hameya vedu vedanta krudveda videva chaham. Can I stop? Can I complete?
Two paragraphs complete.
Yeah, I am seated in everyone's heart, and from me remembrance comes remembrance, knowledge, forgetfulness. By all the Vedas, I am to be known. Indeed, I am the compiler of Vedanta, and I am the knower of Vedas. All intelligence emanates from me, from the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Super Soul within the heart of everyone. Non-devotees want to ask the Supreme Lord for the sense gratification. Therefore, non-devotees comes under the influence of Maya, the illusory energy. A devotee, however, directed by the Supreme Personality of Godhead and comes under the influence of Yoga Maya. Consequently, there is a gulf of difference between the statements made by the devotee and those made by the non-devotee. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Prabhuji. Yeah, this is a verse very nicely Prabhupada pointed out in this particular purport. Avaishnavam Mukod Girnam Bhutam Harikatamrutam Shavanam Naiva Kartavyam Sarpo Chishtam Yatapaya. Sarpo Chishtam Yatapaya means just like snake poison, no effect. If we hear, Bhagavatam reciters, expert reciters, we have seen in many wonderful speakers. But how many of serious devotees, how many are taking Krishna consciousness? That's why we have to hear from we have to hear this knowledge in a Guru Parampara system, proper Guru Parampara system. Otherwise, it won't affect. Srila Prabhupada is particular about this. That's where he remembered this verse and put it in this purport. Jagadu Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Continue. Chandravan Prabhuji, Hare Krishna, please read.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Welcome back, Prabhuji.
Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Radha Krishna Lilaye Adi Gudataradya Andasya Vatsalyadi Bhavena Haya Gochara. Translation: the pastimes of Radha and Krishna are very confidential. They cannot be understood through the mellows of servitude, fraternity, or parental affection. Sabeka Saki Ganera Ihanadikara Saki Haike Hayai Lelara Vistara. Translation: actually, only the gopis have the right to appreciate these transcendental pastimes, and only from them can these pastimes be expanded. Shall I continue, Prabhu?
Good, Jai. Third one.
Saki Vinay Lila Pusta Nahi Haya Saki Lila Vistariya Saki Aswadaya. Translation: without the gopis, these pastimes between Radha and Krishna cannot be nourished. Only by their cooperation are such pastimes broadcast. It is their business to taste the mellows.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Lalit Mohan Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji. Sakhi vina lilaya anyera nahi gati sakhe bhave sakhi bhave yetan rakare anugati Radha Krishna kunja seva sadhya sei paya sei sadhya paye te ara nahi ka upaya. Translation: without the help of the gopis, one cannot enter into these pastimes. Only one who worships the Lord in the ecstasy of the gopis, following in their footsteps, can engage in the service of Sri Radha Krishna in the bushes of Vrindavana. Only then can one understand the conjugal love between Radha and Krishna. There is no other procedure for understanding. Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The means of returning home for going back to Godhead is devotional service. But everyone has a different taste in the Lord's service. One may be inclined to serve the Lord in servitude, that is dasya rasa, or fraternity, sakhya rasa, or parental love, vatsalya rasa. But none of these can enable one to enter into the service of the Lord in conjugal love. To attain such service, one has to follow in the footsteps of gopis, in the ecstasy of sakhi bhava. Then only can one understand the transcendental mellows of conjugal love. In the Ujjvala Nilamani, Sakhi Prakarana 1, Srila Rupa Goswami advises Prema Leela Viharanam Samyak Vistarika Sakhi Vishrambaratna Peti Cha. One who expands the conjugal love of Krishna and his enjoyment among the gopis is called Sakhi. Such a person is confidential gopi in the conjugal affairs. Such assistants are like jewels in the form of Krishna's confidantess. The actual business of the Sakhis is described in the Ujjvala Nilamani. Sakhi Prakarana 88 to 91. Mita Prema Guno Kirtis Tayorasakti Karita Abhisaro Dvayoreva Sakhya Krishna Samarpanam. Narmaswasanane हृदयोद्गतापातवम् छिद्रसंवृत्तिरेतस्याः पद्यादे परिवञ्चना शिक्षासङ्गमं काले सेवनं व्यजनादिभिः तयोर्द्वयोरुपालम्भा सन्देशा प्रेषणं ततः नायिका प्राणसंरक्ष प्रयत्नादया सखी क्रियाः. In the conjugal pastimes of Krishna, Krishna is the hero, Nayaka, and Radhika is the heroine, Nayika. Okay. The first business of the gopis is to chant the glories of the both hero and the heroine. Their second business is to gradually create a situation in which the hero may be attracted to the heroine and vice versa. Their third business is to induce both of them to approach each other. Their fourth business is to surrender unto Krishna. The fifth business is to create. The fifth is to create jovial atmosphere. The sixth, to give them assurance to enjoy their pastimes. The seventh, to trust and decorate both the hero and heroine. The eighth, to show expertise in expressing their desires. The ninth, to conceal the faults of the heroine. The 10th, to cheat their respective husbands and relatives. 11th, to educate. 12th, to enable both the hero and heroine to meet at a proper time. The 13th, to fan the hero and heroine. The 14th, to sometimes reproach the hero and heroine. The 15th, to set conversations in motion. And 16th, to protect the heroine by various means. How should I continue?
Completed.
Some materialist sahajiyas who cannot actually understand the pastimes of Radha Krishna manufacture their own lifestyles without referring to authority. Such sahajiyas are called Saki Bheki, and sometimes they are called Gauranagari. They believe that material body which is fit to be eaten by jackals and dogs is enjoyable for Krishna. Consequently, they artificially decorate the material body to attract Krishna, thinking themselves Sakis. But Krishna is never attracted by the artificial grooming of the material body. As far as Srimati Radharani and her gopis are concerned, their bodies, homes, dresses, ornaments, endeavors, and activities are all spiritual. All of these are meant to satisfy the spiritual senses of Krishna. Indeed, they are so pleasing and endearing to Krishna that he is subjugated by the influence of Srimati Radharani and her friends. They have nothing to do with anything mundane within the 14 planetary systems of this universe. Although Krishna is attracted by everyone, he is nonetheless attracted by the gopis and Srimati Radharani. So one should not be misled by mental concoctions, supposing his material body to be perfect and deemed oneself a Sakhi. This is something like Ahangrahopasana. Ahangrahopasana. That is, a Mayavadi's worship of his own body as supreme. Srila Jiva Goswami has cautioned mundaners to abstain from such conceptions. He also warns that thinking oneself one of the associates of the Supreme without following the footsteps of the gopis is as offensive as thinking oneself as supreme. Such thinking is an aparadha. One has to practice living in Vrindavana by hearing about the talks of the gopis with Krishna. However, one should not consider himself a gopi, for this is an offense. So that is the reason, Prabhu, we are advised not to read all this Ujjwal Nilamani and all those things. To be frank, very, very high, Prabhu. You cannot understand. Only lusty desires will come if you directly go or hop into it.
Very right, Prabhuji. And finish. So that's true, Prabhuji. But just Prabhupada Rasindiri translation purport in connection with this. So of course, it's very deep subject matter. Unless we come to the purification లేకపోతే అర్థం కాదు మనకు ఇవన్నీ just like mundane hero heroine cinema heroine love story leaving their husbands ఇదంతా looks like that one. But actually these are the acharyas written and this is the highest. And just to intro, I mean, how this is going to be. This is the prema bhava, ultimately conjugal love between Krishna and all these gopis, right? So it's an intro just to understand, and we have to think that we are not purified yet. We are still in a struggling sadhaka. It's going to be the highest realm of prema bhakti. Sadhu sangha, ultimately bhava and then bhava and ultimately prema. And this is not on the bodily level. In the middle level, everything on the body level, right? That's where there is most of the times lust and love, there's a lot of difference. Lust on the body level, love on the heart and soul to soul, like the connection. So we just, and Prabhupada has written, Prabhupada has given this in a glimpse of how exactly conjugal love. Of course, we don't touch all the, we don't understand actually the highest philosophy. After gradual progression, after so many years of practice in the Krishna Bhakti, like 20-30 years, maybe if a person purified enough, then they can touch these scriptures. But I mean, in ISKCON Bhagavatam Vidyalaya Vrindavan, there are some courses also being. I'm just how these acharyas, their mood, how this compilation coming from their from their mind, they were always in the Leela of Krishna's pastimes. So just for our understanding, we are still in the sadhaka stage, still preliminary stage, so that there is the highest. Of course, ultimately our goal is to get the prema pumarto mahan, right? We have to get the prema bhakti. Ultimately, purification process. We have to understand this literature for our setting the goals. We all have to purify ourselves, and then only we can understand this in a proper way. You can add anything. Do you have any question, Lavanya? Any question?
No, Prabhu, no. Nothing. Thank you. Please go ahead.
Lavanya has some question.
This is the same question, Prabhuji. Mahaprabhuji adiginde. These are confidential matters, right, Prabhuji? So why they are like giving in this book so that like everybody is reading, right? Not only us, like other people also reading, and they can misinterpret or mislead చేసుకుంటారు. మళ్ళీ ఇంకోటి, why Ramananda Rai is the only person he is like explaining all these confidential matters? What is his background? When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Ramananda Rai met, Ramananda Rai, you said like in the purport, he's Shudra, right? So he came in a palanquin. So what is the background of Ramananda Rai? Why he is so equipped with the deep knowledge, confidential knowledge of Radha Krishna, and why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wants to hear from him? Is there any background, Prabhuji? Can you please? Did you understand my question, Prabhuji?
Clear on the Prabhu voice?
Yeah. It's okay. Yeah, because she is Sakhi, na. Actually, she is Sakhi. So she is very much into those activities which has been described here, like Ujjwala, Nilamani and all. They are about the conjugal pastimes of the Lord. Okay. So who can understand them? Only the Sakhi. And she is Vishaka Sakhi, na. Ramananda Rai is a Vishaka Sakhi. So she understands these things. So actually, he wanted to hear from him about these pastimes because she can take it properly, not all of us. That is the reason Mahaprabhu wanted to give him the intelligence to speak these things. So why Mataji? Why this is actually preset, Mataji? Why this is a preset? Because going into the future in the Antyakhanda and all, what we will read, what will this person Ramananda Rai will do? You know that? Yeah, he will actually dress the women who are Nayakis of Lord Jagannath. He will decorate the women of Lord Jagannath. See, there are Nayakis, Mataji, who dance for Lord's pleasure. Okay. Now, what will this person Ramananda Raya do? He will decorate them. So, a man decorating a woman, how can you understand this? But why Mahaprabhu is telling all these things here? Because this Ramananda Raya is not on our platform. He is in completely different platform. And who knows that the women of the Lord's or the Lord's dancer should how they should look? Only that person who served Lord very intimately. And who is that person? Ramananda Raya. So that is the reason he is giving all this preset to us. Please don't think this personality is a normal personality. In future, he is going to do a very different things which we cannot even imagine. And what are those things? Personally, what is say decorating those women. How can we understand? We can understand that he's a lusty guy, right? So all this preset is being built by Mahaprabhu. That he's not an ordinary person. Please don't think him as an ordinary person. So that's the reason why he has given all these things here. Like else, why will we read Ujjwal Nilamani in Chaitanya Charitamrita? It is very high subject matters, Mataji.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Prabhuji, because we are unable to understand. So, like others, what they think of this, so it's very difficult for them.
So his service in the future will be how Lord's Sakhis should look like when they are dancing. So he will decorate accordingly for the pleasure of Lord Jagannath. Okay.
Good, Prabhu.
Devadasi la Prabhuji?
Yeah, like that, Mataji. So he will decorate them.
So
And Mahaprabhu will give him that service.
Devadasi system?
Devadasi system unda ippudu kuda Purilo?
So I don't know, Mataji, because I didn't ask it according to my friend, because he knows well. Because after government has taken over in 1956, many things changed then. I don't know whether the system is still continuing or not. I didn't ask them.
Okay.
సో ఇంకోటి ప్రభుజీ ఇదంతా ఉజ్వల నిలమని రాసింది రూప వస్తుంది, రైట్?
Yes, Prabhu.
సో అయితే రామానంద రాయ్ ఇదంతా సేమ్ టైం ఫ్రేమ్ కదా, శ్రీ చైతన్య మహాప్రభు టైం ఫ్రేమే కదా, ద హిస్టరీ బిట్వీన్ శ్రీ చైతన్య.
Yes, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu.
Okay. So now he is remembering, Ramananda Rai is remembering Rupa Goswami's verses.
No, actually, Prabhuji, Mahaprabhu has given him that thing.
Who is first?
That seva.
First Ramananda Rai, right?
No. It's not like that. He already met them, na? Mahaprabhu already met them in Prayag and told them to go there.
To deeper into write books and all the given.
Yes. Now they have started there. At the same time, he came to South India also. Okay, now he's storing it. Now, this Ramananda Rai doesn't know whether it has been written by Goswamis or not. But still he knows this subject. How Mahaprabhu inspired him to speak this subject matter. And Mahaprabhu also inspired the Goswamis later to write, to keep it in a book form. Likita Purvakam.
First రాసింది ఎవరు? ఫస్ట్ ఇప్పుడు ఇన్స్పైర్ అంటున్నారు కదా.
Inspire అయింది ఈయనే. అదే Ramananda Rai. Ramananda Rai knows all these mellows.
Okay, so these are from Ramananda Rai's.
Yeah. Ramananda Rai knows all these mellows, but it has been kept in a book form by those Goswamis. By imagining. Because they have gone completely into trance and then they wrote it this.
Very good. Thank you, Prabhuji. Let me read and I will ask Kinchan to also read. Then we'll go to Sloka recitation. Okay, 206. ఇది దేనిలో చేయాలి ప్రభుజీ? బరహపీడమేనా ఇది కూడా బరహపీడమేనా ప్రభు?
ప్రభు ఇది వేరే దాంట్లో కూడా వస్తుంది ప్రభుజీ. బట్
అక్షరం
ట్రై చేయండి, బరహపీఠం వస్తే ట్రై చేయండి.
విభూరపి సుఖరూప స్వప్రకాశోపి భావ క్షణమపి నహి రాధ కృష్ణయోర్యార్తే స్వః ప్రవహతి రస పుష్టిం చిత్ విభూతిర్వేషః శయతి నా పదం ఆ పదమాసం కసాకీనాం రసజ్ఞా. లెట్ మీ డు వన్ మోర్. విభూరపి సుఖరూపా స్వప్రకాశోపి భావః.
ప్రభు ఇట్లా చేయండి. విభురపి సుఖ రూప స్వప్రకాశోపి భావ.
విభురపి సుఖరూప రూప విభురపి సుఖరూప స్వప్రకాశోపి భావ క్షణమపి నహి రాధా కృష్ణయోర్యార్తే స్వః ప్రవహతి రసపుష్టిం చిద్విభూతిరివేషః శయతి నా పదమాసం కసఖీనాం రసజ్ఞః. Translation, Professor Prabhupada ki jai. The pastimes of Sri Radha and Krishna are self-effulgent. They are happiness personified, unlimited, and all-powerful. Even so, the spiritual humors of such pastimes are never complete without the gopis, the Lord's personal friends. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is never complete without his spiritual potencies. Therefore, unless one takes shelter of the gopis, one cannot enter into the company of Radha and Krishna. Who can be interested in their spiritual pastimes without shaking shelter, without taking their shelter? This is a quotation from the Govinda Leelamrita 10.17. Akincha Prabhuji, no, Pranav, please read. Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Sakir Swabhaika. Oh, I forgot that tune.
Sakira Swabhava Eka Akatiya Katana Krishna Saye.
Yes. Sakira Swabhaika Katana Krishna Sahan Nija Lila Yasa Nahi Sakira Mana. There is inexplicable fact about the natural inclinations of the gopis. The gopis never want to enjoy themselves with the Krishna personally.
Yeah, do this one also.
Krishna saharadikara lila ye karaya nija sukha haita tate koti sukapaya. The happiness of the gopis increased 10 million times when they served to engage Shri Radha and Krishna in their transcendental pastimes. Correct.
Do one more.
Radha Raswarupa Krishna Prema Kalpalata Saki Gana Haya Tara Pallava Pushpalata. Pushpapata, sorry. By nature, Srimati Radharani is just like a creeper of love of Godhead, and the gopis are the twigs, flowers, and the leaves of that creeper.
Very good. Super. Thank you very much, Prabhuji. Bhanimate, Hare Krishna is still there. Hare Krishna Mataji. Yeah, everybody done.
Hare Prabhuji.
Everybody done reading. You want to read one time?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah, please read. Krishna
Leelamrita yadi lakate sanchaya nija sukha haite pallavadaya koti sukha haya. Translation. When the nectar of Krishna's pastimes is sprinkled on that creeper, the happiness derived by the twigs, flowers, and the leaves is 10 million times greater than that derived by the creeper itself. Purport. In his Amrita Pravaha Bhashya, Srila Bhakti Vinoda Thakura states, Srimati Radharani is the creeper of love of Godhead, and the gopis are exactly like twigs, flowers, and leaves. When water is sprinkled on the creeper, the twigs, flowers, and leaves indirectly receive all the benefits of the creeper itself. But water sprinkled directly on the twigs, leaves, and flowers is not as effective as water sprinkled on the creeper's root. The gopis are not as pleased when they directly mix with Krishna as when they serve to unite Srimati Radharani with Krishna. Their transcendental pleasure lies in uniting them.
ఇంకోటి చేయండి. అది పెద్దగా ఉంది. Let me see if you are able to do it. చేయండి చూద్దాం.
ఎలా వస్తుంది రోజు దీని ట్యూను?
మన మాస్టర్, మన ట్రైనర్ శ్లోక
ఇది బరాపీడం మాతాజీ.
రోజు
అచ్చా ఇది ఫస్ట్ అదే మన భాగవతం ఫస్ట్ సెకండ్ ఉన్నాయి కదా. అట్లా
సఖ్య శ్రీరాధికాయ వ్రజ కుముద విదోర్హలదిని నామ సఖే.
వెరీ గుడ్, వెరీ గుడ్. మీరు వచ్చి ట్రాక్ లాగా వచ్చి చేయండి.
ప్రభుజీ మీరే చేయండి ప్రభుజీ, నా వల్ల
చేయాలి మీరు. దిస్ ఈస్ వాట్ బ్యూటీ లెర్నింగ్. ప్రయోజనం అయింది మనకి నేర్చుకున్నది. వి హావ్ టు రిలీజ్. చలో మన శ్లోక మాస్టర్ కూడా ఉన్నారు, చేయండి.
శ్రీరాధికాయ వ్రజ కుముద విభోర్హలని నామ సఖేత్ సంస ప్రేమ విలయ కయ కిశలయ తలా పుష్పదితులయ స్వతులయ ఇత్యాకం కృష్ణ లీలా రస నిచయ ఉల్లాసం అమ్యుసయం జతలోషః స్వశకే శతగుణం అఖిలం శాంతి యత్తన్ చిత్రం. Translation. All the gopis, the personal friends of Srimati Radharani, are equal to her. Krishna is pleasing to the inhabitants of Vrajabhumi, just as the moon is pleasing to the lotus flower. His pleasure-giving potency is known as Alahadini, of which the active principle is Srimati Radharani. She is compared to the creeper with newly grown flowers and leaves. When the nectar of Krishna's pastimes is sprinkled on Srimati Radharani, all her friends, the gopis, immediately appreciate the pleasure 100 times more than if they were sprinkled themselves. Actually, this is not at all wonderful. Purport. This verse is also from Govinda Leelamrit 10.16.
We'll stop here. Thank you very much, Mati.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Stop here and go to our slokas. So, slokas మనం ఎక్కడున్నాం ప్రభుజీ?
సెకండ్ ట్యూన్ ఫస్ట్ శ్లోక అయింది ప్రభుజీ, సెకండ్ ట్యూన్ సెకండ్ శ్లోక అవ్వాలా?
Stop sharing. Thank you very much for reading Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Leela, chapter 8, conversation between Ramananda and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We'll do sloka recitation. So let me share. Yeah. You are able to see?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah. ఇవి ఫస్ట్ 4 అయిపోయినాయి కదా. ఫస్ట్ 4 ఏంటిది?
అచ్యుత ప్రవాల ప్రభు. అచ్యుత ప్రవాల బర్హస్తవ కోత్పలాబ్జః.
ఇది చేయాలా?
Yeah. So yesterday we have practiced this tune, Prabhuji, like Akshan Vatam. Okay, so this is also of same tune. So before that, we will go with the translation, what it says.
Yes. Yes, Prabhu.
So one of the gopis, some of the gopis, they have peeped in the Vrindavan forest. What these guys are actually doing inside the forest? After going into the forest, what are these guys doing? Okay, then she noticed something, and this is what she discussed here. Dressed in charming varieties of garments, upon which their garlands rest, and decorating themselves with the peacock feathers, lotuses, lilies, newly grown mango sprouts, and clusters of flower buds, Krishna and Balarama shine forth magnificently among the assembly of cowherd boys. They look just like the best of the dancers, appearing on a dramatic stage, and sometimes they sing. Okay, this is how one of the gopi observed what these guys are doing inside the forest. Hare Krishna, am I audible?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Thank you. So,
ఇది
how
కాంటెక్స్ట్ తెలుసా ప్రభు 10:21:8 ఎక్కడ వస్తుంది ఇది?
yeah,
ఈ
10:21
గోప్య
is like
గోప్య అంటే cowherd
gopis.
girls discussing about this one.
Yeah, they were discussing about Lord Sri Krishna. Okay, how he looks like and what he was doing. So yesterday they started with the main purpose of eyes will be fulfilled when we see the vision of Krishna and Balram going from one forest to another forest along with their friends and calves and cows. Okay, that is the main purpose of this eyes. That's what they started with. And now they're discussing one more thing, that after they going into the forest, what do they do? They do these things: peacock feathers, dressing, dancing, singing, just frolicking. They're having their fun time. That's it. So this shloka also describes about it, how they're having the fun. Okay, so we'll go line by line. And before that, I have seen some 2 or 3 devotees who are new. So let me make them repeat this word 5 or 6 times. Okay?
Yes,
please repeat this word after me. Stabakot palabja.
Stabakot palabja.
Everyone please repeat, please repeat loudly, else you cannot learn this shloka. Stabakot palabja.
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 Tabakot palabja.
Stabakot palabja.
Stabakot palabja.
Malanuprikta.
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 Yeah. Okay. Virejaturalam.
Virejaturalam.
Alam.
Virejaturalam.
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 Okay. Kvacha gayamanav.
Kvacha gayamanav.
Kvacha gayamanav.
Kvacha gayamanav.
Kvacha gayamanav.
Kvacha gayamanav.
Okay, every line 3 times. The whole shloka 3 times. Okay, then. Chuta pravala barhastabakot palabja. Malanuprikta paridhana vichitra veshav. So, I'm sorry. I've gone 2 lines together. Chuta pravala barhastabakot palabja. Please repeat. Chuta pravala barhastabakot palabja. Chuta pravala barhastabakot palabja.
Chuta pravala barhastabakot palabja.
Malanuprikta paridhana vichitra veshav. Malanuprikta paridhana vichitra veshav. Malanuprikta paridhana vichitra veshav. Madhye virejaturalam pashupala goshyam.
मध्ये
मध्ये विरेजतुरलं पशुपालगोष्ठ्या
मध्ये
मध्ये विरेजतुरलं पशुपालगोष्ठ्या
मध्ये
रंगे यथा नटवरौ क्वच गायमानौ रंगे यथा नटवरौ क्वच गायमानौ
रंगे
रंगे यथा नटवरौ क्वच गायमानौ च्यूतप्रवालबर्हस्तबकोत्पलाब्जा मालानुपृक्तपरिधान विचित्रवेशौ. Please go ahead.
च्यूत प्रबल
विचित्रवेशौ
च्यूतप्रवालबर्हस्तबकोत्पलाब्जा मालानुपृक्तपरिधान विचित्रवेशौ
चूत प्रवाल
विचित्रवेशौ
च्यूतप्रवालबर्हस्तबकोत्पलाब्जा मालानुपृक्तपरिधान विचित्रवेशौ मध्ये विरेजतुरलं पशुपालगोष्ठ्यां रंगे यथा नटवरौ कचगायमानौ
मध्ये विरजतुरलं पशुपालगोष्ठ्यां रंगे यत नटवरौ क्वचगायमानौ
मध्ये विरेजतुरलं पशुपालगोष्ठ्यां रंगे यथा नटवरौ क्वचगायमानौ
मध्ये
मध्ये विरेजतुरलं पशुपालगोष्ठ्यां रंगे यथा नटवरौ क्वचगायमानौ च्यूतप्रवालबर्हस्तबकोत्पलाब्जा मालानुपृक्तपरिधान विचित्रवेशौ मध्ये विरेजतुरलं पशुपालगोष्ठ्यां रंगे यथा नटवरौ क्वचगायमानौ
मध्ये रंगे
Now we can go for individual practice one by one. Those devotees who know it earlier, they can start. And those devotees who are trying it for the first time can be at the last. Okay? Yeah.
I will do, Prabhu.
Go ahead, Prabhu, please.
Thank you, Prabhu, again. Thank you so much for your patience and repeatedly with us practicing. Thank you. चूटप्रवालबर्हस्तबकोत्पलाब्जा मालानुपृक्तपरिधानविचित्रवेशौ मध्ये विरेजतुरलं पशुपालगोष्ठ्यां रंगे यथा नटवरौ क्वच गायमानौ. You wanna do? Agrad song.
दूतप्रवालबरस्तबकोटपलाब्जा मालानुपृक्तपरिधान विचित्रवेशौ मध्ये विरजतुरलं पशुपालगोष्ठ्यां रङ्गे यतनटवरौ क्वच गायमानौ.
ప్రభు ఆ సెకండ్ ఫోర్త్ లైన్ ఉంది కదా, కొంచెం కంగారు పడుతున్నారు యాక్చువల్లీ. రంగే యథా నటవరౌ క్వచ గాయమాన్, అట్లా స్లోగా వెళ్ళండి, పర్వాలేదు.
ఇంకోసారి చేయమంటారు ప్రభు?
ఆ సెకండ్ లాస్ట్ లైన్ చేయండి ఒకసారి.
రంగే యతనటవరౌ
కాదు, యథ యథ అని వచ్చేస్తుంది. రంగే యథా నటవరౌ.
రంగే యథా నటవరౌ క్వచ గాయమానౌ.
పర్ఫెక్ట్ ప్రభు, హరిబోల్. యా లావణ్య మాతాజీ, సంయుక్త మాతాజీ, సంధ్యా మాతాజీ.
च्यूत प्रवाल बर्हस्तवकोत्पलाब्जा मालानुपृत्त परिधान विचित्र वेशौ मध्ये विरेजतुरलं पशुपाल घोष्ठा रङ्गे यथा नटवरौ क्वच गायमानौ.
Mata is Singa.
Yes, I'll do Prabhuji. च्यूत प्रवाल बर्हस्तबकोत्पलाब्जा मालानुपृक्त परिधान विचित्र वेशौ मध्ये विरेजतुरलं पशुपाल घोष्ठ्यां रंगे यथा नटवरौ क्वच गायमानौ. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji.
च्यूत प्रवाल बर्हस्तबकोत्पलाब्जा मालानुपृत्त परिधान विचित्र वेशौ मध्ये विरेजतुरलं पशुपाल गोस्थ्यां रंगे यथा नटवरौ क्वच गायमानौ. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Mataji. Akinjam Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu. Chuta pravala bara sabakotpalabcha malanuprita paridhana vichitra veshau madhye virejaturalam pasupala ghoscha range yata natavarau pachagayamanau.
Jai. ఇంకెవరున్నారు? రాణి మాత అన్నారు.
Hare Krishna.
యా రాజు ప్రభు.
Srimad Bhagavatam 10.21.8. Chuta pravala baraha stabakutpalabja मालानुपृत्त परिधान विचित्र वेशौ मध्ये विरचितुरलं पशुपाल गोस्त्यां रंगे यथा नटवरा क्वच गायमानौ. అసలే ట్యూన్ వస్తలేదు. హరే కృష్ణ. లలితం రోజు
ఓకే ప్రభు, మళ్ళీ ఒకసారి చేస్తారా?
యా ఓకే ప్రభు, గుడ్. Sorry, I'm having my breakfast, Prabhu, so I couldn't reply. So I request our Giraj Prabhu to take the lead. Thank you.
No problem, Prabhuji. You are good. Vani Mata, you want to do?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu, can I try?
Sirisha Mata.
Chuta pravala barahastabakoptalabja मालानुपृत्त परिधान विचित्र वेशं मध्ये विरजतुर अलम पशुपाल गोस्त्यां रंगे यथा नटवरौ क्वच गायमानौ.
Very good. Thank you, Mataji. Vani Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji.
మీరు ఒకసారి ట్రాన్స్లేషన్ చదవండి మాతాజీ. ఇట్స్ వెరీ బ్యూటిఫుల్ మెడిటేషన్. చేయండి, ట్రాన్స్లేషన్ చదవండి ఒకసారి.
Yes, Prabhuji. Dressed in a charming variety of garments upon which their garlands rest, and decorating themselves with peacock feathers, lotuses, lilies, newly grown mango sprouts, and clusters of flower buds, Krishna and Balarama shine forth magnificently among the assembly of cowherd boys. They look just like the best of dancers appearing on a dramatic stage, and sometimes they sing. ట్రై చేయనా ప్రభుజీ?
ఒకసారి చేస్తా, మీకు కావాలంటే తప్పు చేయనా?
నేను చేస్తాను ప్రభుజీ.
ట్రై చేయండి.
च्यूत प्रबल बरहास्तव कोट्पलाब्ज मालानुपृक्त परिधान विचित्र वेशौ मध्ये विरे चतुरलं पशुपाल गोष्यां रंगे यथ नटवरौ वच गयामानौ. లాస్ట్ లో ట్యూన్ పోయినట్టు రోజు. ఇంకొకసారి ట్రై చేయండి.
లాస్ట్ లైన్ మాతాజీ స్లోగా వెళ్ళండి కొంచెం. రంగే యథా నటవరౌ
రంగే యథ నటవరౌ క్వచ గయమానౌ.
రంగే యథా నటవరౌ
రంగే యథా నటవరౌ.
ఇంత స్లోగా వెళ్దాం.
క్వచ గాయమానౌ. च्यूत प्रबल बरहास्तव कोट्पलाब्ज मालानुपृक्त परिधान विचित्र वेशौ मध्ये विजेतुरलं पशुपालकोश्यां रंगे यथ नटवरौ क्वच గయమానో దగ్గర మాకు పోతుంది ప్రభుజీ.
గాయం
రంగే యథ నటవరౌ క్వచ గాయమానౌ.
రంగే యథా నటవరౌ క్వచ గాయమానౌ.
రంగే యథా నటవరౌ క్వచ గాయమానౌ.
Practice is needed, Mataji. Okay. Now, Ram Reddy Prabhu, you are left like this.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Yeah.
I'll try.
Go ahead.
Chuta pravala barhastabakotpalabja malanuprikta paridana vichitra veshau madhye vire jaturalam pashupala goshthyam range yatha natavarau kvacha gayamanau. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Very nice. Yeah. Thank you so much, devotees, for practicing Anchor Slokas. You will get it. You ever know, no problem. And reading, chanting. No pronouns again. Vancha kalpata rubhyascha kripa sindhubhya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Ananta Koti Vaishnavrinda ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srila Gurudev ki jai. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki jai. Bhagavatam Slokas ki jai. Nitai Gaura Hari Premanande. Hari Hari. Thank you so much. Today, Wednesday, right? Okay. Have a KC Wednesday. Hari Bol. Thank you so much.
Welcome back, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
You are tomorrow in the call. Yeah.
We are looking for your association, Prabhuji.
Yeah, we'll see on Saturday, Radhashtami, in temple in our Bhakti center. Okay.
Unfortunately, I'm not going to be there. I'm going to Tirupati on Friday, Prabhuji. I'll be back on Monday.
Achha.
But I'll see you after that.
Pray for all of this group devotees, including
Yes,
me.
yes, definitely. Definitely. Definitely.
Thank you so much. Dhanavad pranam.
Hare Krishna, Dhanavad Pranam. Giraj Prabhuji, welcome back.
Welcome back.
Live from Manikonda.
Giraj Prabhu ki jai.
Live from Manikonda, Prabhu.
What, Prabhu? Manikonda?
Live from Manikonda.
Live from Manikonda. Okay. It was
భాగ్యనగరంలో
last 1 year live from Carrollton, Texas.
భారతదేశంలో ఉన్న భాగ్యనగరంలో ఉన్న మణికొండ,
భారతదేశంలో భాగ్యనగరంలో మణికొండ అనే ప్రాంతంలో గిరిరాజ్ అనే ఒక బద్ధజీవి చేస్తున్న ఈ కాలుకి. ఓకే, సీ యూ.
When will we meet, Prabhu?
మీరు ఎప్పుడు వస్తారు హైదరాబాద్?
You tell me. You decide the date, Prabhu. It should not be like any festivals. There should be no festivals then. It should be like a normal, simple day. Then we can meet.
We'll plan. Okay.
మీరు ఎప్పుడు వస్తే అప్పుడు ఫెస్టివల్ డే ప్రభుజీ.
అట్లా కరెక్ట్ మాట్లాడేది ఈ చంద్రబాబు. సూపర్. మీరు ఎప్పుడు వస్తే అదే రోజు ఫెస్టివల్.
No. You guys decide. According to your availability, then I will come.
Prabhu?
Yeah, you decide according to the availability of everyone, and then we will decide. I will come around that day.
విల్ కమ్, విల్ ప్లాన్.
ఫ్యామిలీ ప్రభుజీ, మోనికా మాతాజీ
మీ కొడుకు, కూతురు, మాతాయి, ముగ్గురు అందరూ కలిసి రండి. ఓకే, విల్ ప్లాన్, విల్ డిసైడ్.
అది జరగని పని ప్రభు, వాళ్ళతో పెట్టుకుంటే ఇది ఎప్పుడు అవ్వదు ఇంకా.
అట్లా అయితేనే రండి, లేదంటే రాకండి. ఓకే, అట్లయితేనే రండి, ఫ్యామిలీతోనే రండి ప్రభు.
అయితే చేద్దాం ప్రభు, 4 ఏళ్ళ తర్వాత 3 ఏళ్ళ తర్వాత చేద్దాం. అయింది 4 ఏళ్ళ తర్వాత చేద్దాం.
ఎందుకంటే మీరు వస్తే
నడిచేదాకా
భక్తి సెంటర్ కూడా మీరు కాసేపు మాట్లాడి ఫ్యామిలీతో యూ కెన్ సే సంథింగ్
నా వల్ల కాదు ప్రభు, వాళ్ళని తీసుకురావడం.
వల్ల నేను మాట్లాడతాను మీ మాతో అయితే. ఓకే,
మీరు ప్రయత్నం చేయండి, మా వల్ల అయితే కాదు.
నేను ప్రయత్నం చేస్తా, ఫుల్ చేస్తాను. లావణ్య విల్ బి is gonna speak with Monica Mathur. ఓకే, ఫుల్ చేసినాక 2 రోజులు ప్లాన్ చేసుకుని ఉండండి.
నేను కన్విన్స్ చేస్తా.
భక్తి సెంటర్ లో ప్రోగ్రామ్ చేయండి.
కన్విన్స్
Prabhu, today is my, I am with my friend actually. He is Dr. Karthik Ishwar. He is neurosurgeon actually.
Wow.
We happen to be same time in Chowpatty.
Wow.
He is from 2008 to 2011. He was in Chowpatty doing his MBBS in JJ.
Wow. Your name, Prabhuji? Dr. Prabhu. Your name, Prabhu?
Karthik Ishwar.
Huh?
Karthik
Prabhu ki jai. Jai. Me initiated, huh? Initiated.
Samveda Bhakta Vrinda ki jai.
Jai. మీరు న్యూరో సర్జన్ అంటున్నారు, మరి మా న్యూరోస్ కొంచెం అప్పుడప్పుడు ఇష్యూస్ ఉన్నాయి ప్రభుజీ. కెన్ వి టాక్ టు యు?
These are all subsidiary in front of all the devotional service you are doing, Prabhuji. It is very nice to hear.
Actually, our call is more relishable when this Prabhu joined, Lalit Mohan Prabhu joined, added some,
everyone is contributing definitely.
Because of all the wonderful devotees, and especially Lalit Mohan Prabhu, since last 8 to 9 months, continuously we are practicing us and sharing our realizations and understanding different topics.
లలిత్ మోహన్ రావు అందరు మీ ఊర్లో ఎవరిని వదిలేనట్టున్నారు, అందరినీ డివోటీ చేసి.
అరే లేదు, ఆయన నిలబడుతున్నాడు ప్రభు. Is rocking it. No, it's not like that.
Very good, and very happy to see you.
Chanting, Prabhu. I got him.
Haribo. మీ పేరు ఇనిషియల్ పేరు ప్రభు, మీ ఇనిషియల్ పేరు?
So from next week you will also be joining Prabhuji to this call.
Yeah, okay. This is a very nice. I didn't see only Sloka recitation amongst devotees. This is the first time I am seeing, and it's very attractive also. Directly.
Yeah, ఆ అట్రాక్టివ్నెస్ తెచ్చింది ఆ పక్కకున్న మీ ప్రియమిత్రుడు. Okay.
Lalit Mohan Prabhu.
We were at one time together, Prabhuji, but we don't know them. We were together, but somehow or other Krishna made us join together now again. He is pursuing this MBBS and I am pursuing my own engineering and all at that point of time. But we were all students of, and he was counseled personally by Gaurang Prabhu, because JJ College, that college was guided by Gaurang Prabhu.
Lot of mercy.
Prabhuji, నాకు ఇంకా Prabhuji కాంటాక్ట్ షేర్ చేయండి, మనం వేద రీడింగ్ గ్రూప్ లో యాడ్ చేద్దాము. ఈ Prabhuji కాంటాక్ట్ నెంబర్ షేర్ చేయండి నాకు ప్రభు.
Yeah, I'll share. Okay, Prabhuji.
Thank you. మన లక్ష్మీ ప్రభు
హరే కృష్ణ ప్రభు.
ధన్యవాదాలు ప్రభు.
థ్యాంక్ యూ ప్రభుజీ, ధన్యవాదాలు.
కాల్ శిశుల ప్రభుపాయన గురుదేవ్. ప్రభు మీరు జాయిన్ కాల్ లెట్ చేయనారు. ఆ శ్లోకం మీరు ఒకసారి చూడండి, నేను ఒకసారి డిసైడ్ చేస్తా, మీరు ట్రై చేయండి, అండ్ వీ కెన్ ర్యాప్ అప్ సిన్స్ యూ జాయిన్ టు సాటిస్ఫై యూ ఆల్సో. ఒకసారి నేను చేస్తా, ట్రై చేయండి. లలిత్ మోహన్ మన లక్ష్మీకాంత్ ప్రభు, ఓకేనా? దాని తర్వాత నేను ట్రాన్స్లేషన్ చదివి ట్రై చేయండి. ఓకే. చూట ప్రవాల బర్హస్ చూతనా చూత ప్రవాల బర్హస్తబకోత్పలాబ్జ మాలానుకృత పరిధాన విచిత్ర వేషౌ మధ్యే విరేజతురలం పశుపాల గోష్ఠ్యాం రంగే యథా నటవరౌ క్వచ గాయమానౌ. మీరు ఒకసారి ట్రై చేయండి, ఫస్ట్ రీడ్ ట్రాన్స్లేషన్ ట్రై చేయండి. We can wrap up the call.
Translation. Dressed in a charming.
ఇది ఏం చేస్తుందంటే ఒక్క నిమిషం, కాంటెక్స్ట్ ఏంటి అంటే సింపుల్ గా గోపబాలురు అంటే ద కౌహర్డ్ గర్ల్స్ గోపికాస్ డిస్కసింగ్ అబౌట్ కృష్ణాస్ హౌ ఆర్ దే ఎంజాయింగ్ దేర్ లైఫ్ ఇన్ వెరీ నైస్ వే. అట్లా ఎట్లా ఉన్నారు, ఏం డెకరేట్ చేసిండ్రు, ఏంటిది అది.
Dressed in a charming variety of garments upon which their garlands rest, and decorating themselves with peacock feathers, lotus lilies, newly grown mangoes, sprouts, and the clusters of flower buds. Krishna and Balrama shine forth magnificently among the assembly of cowherd boys. They look just like the best of dancers appearing on a dramatic stage, and sometimes they sing. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Try చేయండి.
Prabhu.
Yeah. Chuta pravala barhastabakotpalabja. Change. Chuta pravala barhastabakotpalabja.
Barhasta
Stabakotpalabja.
Palabja.
Stabakot, very beautiful meaning, Prabhu. Stabakotpalabja అంటే ఇక్కడ చూడండి. Stabaka అంటే bunches of flowers. Utpala అంటే lotuses. Abja అంటే lilies. Super, no? Stabaka, Utpala, Abja. Stabakotpala, Abja. Flowers, lotuses. Right. Chuta pravala barhastabakotpalabja.
Chuta pravala baraha staba koptala labza.
మాలానుపృక్త పరిధాన విచిత్ర వేషౌ.
మాలానుపృక్త పరిధాన విచిత్ర వేషౌ.
విచిత్ర వేషాలు, రకరకాల వేషాలు వేసిండ్రు. మనం ఒక డైలాగ్ అంటాం కదా, ఇది సంస్కృతి. విచిత్ర వేషం. విచిత్ర అంటే గ్రేట్ వెరైటీ ఆఫ్ బీయింగ్ డ్రెస్డ్, డిఫరెంట్ డ్రెస్. ఓకే. మధ్యే బిరే జతురలం పశుపాల గోష్ఠ్యాం.
మధ్యే విరజాతృ అలాం పశుపాల గోష్ఠ్యాం.
రంగే యతా నటవరౌ క్వచ గాయమానౌ.
రంగే నటవరౌ కవచ గాయమానౌ.
యా. సో మీరు ఒకసారి చేయండి ప్రభు. వాట్ ఎవర్ తప్పులు అయినా చెప్తున్నా ప్రాబ్లం ఒకసారి చేయండి. టుమారో యూ కెన్ ప్రాక్టీస్ విత్ ఆల్ ఆఫ్ us.
Sure, Prabhuji.
So చేయండి.
As Prabhuji late గా జాయిన్ అయినందుకు. Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
It's okay. You want to recite?
I'll practice, Prabhuji.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, నేను కావాలని మీకు వాయిస్ ప్రింట్ పెడతాను రోజు. ఓకే.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Dhanavad pranam. Have a Krishna conscious Wednesday. Now I am in India. I am also in the day, not in US.